Hello, and welcome to the ProjectWise Administrator Advanced Accreditation course on Advanced Workflows. In this group of lessons, we are learning how to configure advanced workflows using an Excel workbook. We're in the midst of the Workflow Rules workbook to discover how to configure menu options for specific workflows. In this video, we will examine the Rules worksheet. The heart of the workflow rules engine is the rules. The rules are what occurs to the document when the end user selects one of the custom menu options. In our case, when a document goes through the design review process, design review attributes are updated and cleared as needed. The process from work in progress to pending approval to approved can be repeated for each revision. Each of these paths is a rule. The Rules tab contains a matrix of workflow rules that will be imported. The Rules matrix maps the rules assigned to each operation to the actions for that rule. You can modify existing rules or add more rules, but you cannot add new action types. The list of action types is fixed. Each rule contains a unique workflow plus state and operation combination that triggers the rule, one or more sequential actions, and optional conditions. Let's break down rule number 1. Rule number 1 is configured for the workflow named Advanced Design Workflow in the Work in Progress state when the user clicks on the Approve menu option. When selected, the user will see a prompt that says Submit Document for Approve. The rule has 6 actions, and the rule has 8 conditions. Now that we've broken down rule number 1, let's see how it operates for the end user. In ProjectWise Explorer, the end user will initiate the rule on a document in the Work in Progress state in the Advanced Design Workflow by selecting the Approve command in the Change State menu. Once the user selects Approve, a prompt will read, Submit Document for Approve. The user will then click Yes to execute the rule. If a condition is not met, the user will be prompted with a message stating which condition where the rule failed. In this case, the rule failed on condition 5 since the vertical scale is not populated. The user clicks Close and needs to update the appropriate attributes to meet this condition. Once the conditions are all met, the user can then execute the rule again. The actions are processed on the document. For this rule, the actions are number 12, Set Trig Submitted attribute to 1. Number 20, Set Trig Rejected attribute to 0. Number 26, Clear Rejected Date. Number 27, Clear Rejected Comment. And number 1, Change the state to pending approval. The workflow rules actions are recorded in the audit trail of the document. As mentioned before, the workflow rules engine comes with a predefined list of actions, which can be used to make user-defined rules. Each action is configured in the rules matrix using up to 4 rows in the worksheet. The action type is specified in row 5. For example, the set underbar ATTR action type is used to set the value of a document's attribute. The change underbar state action is used to change the workflow state. Note that the states may be skipped, and the audit trail does not record the skipped states. Param 1 and Param 2 are configured in rows 4 and 3, respectively. Each action type may or may not require 1 or 2 parameters. In the case of set underbar ATTR, we specify the target attribute name in Param 1 and the required attribute value in param 2. In contrast, the change underbar state action requires the target state for param 1, but does not use param 2. Finally, the superuser component is defined in row 2. Most of the time, the value will be false. We only need to set the value to true if the specified action cannot be achieved by the necessary end users due to permission restrictions. The action types are broken into 2 categories: standard ProjectWise actions and enhanced ProjectWise actions. Standard actions include change state, set attribute, clear attribute, create version, update title block, and set final status. Enhanced actions include audit trail comment, message box, change revision number, and shift revision history. Descriptions and usage for each action type can be found in the Workflows, States, and Messaging Agent section in the ProjectWise Administrator Help located on docs.bentley.com. The Conditions section of the matrix defines which optional conditions are included in the rule and the order in which these condition checks are run. Just like actions, a number is placed under each condition according to the order in the sequence that the condition check is to be run. Like actions, each condition is configured in the rules matrix using rows in the worksheet. The criteria type is specified in row 5. Param 1 and param 2 are configured in rows 4 and 3 respectively, if required by the condition type. Note, conditions do not use the superuser row. The condition types are broken into 2 categories: attribute checks for the current document and a reference file check. Attribute checks are used to determine if the attribute value is equal or not equal to a fixed value, inquire if the attribute is in a valid list of fixed values or not in an invalid list of fixed values, to ascertain if the attribute is empty or not empty, or validate the attribute value in a way that needs a custom regular expression match. The ref's valid condition check is used exclusively for CAD files with hierarchical references sets in ProjectWise. An attribute will be checked in all reference files. If the attribute value in any of the reference documents matches select values, the condition will fail, and the master document cannot have its state changed. Descriptions and usage for each criteria type can be found in the ProjectWise Design Integration Forum hosted on Bentley Communities. For more information on regular expressions, please refer to regular-expressions.info, and to test regular expressions, please refer to regextester.com. Right now we're in the Workflow Rules workbook to learn how to configure menu options for specific workflows. In this video, we looked at the Rules worksheet. In the next video, we'll continue our little adventure by examining the Settings worksheet.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. If you want to see more such series, consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you, and see you next time.